Hi, and welcome to FrazlCast. Climb aboard the GNOME train.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Please make sure to keep your limbs and experimental instruments inside the train at all times. And now, on with the show.
A podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
And tonight, we are definitely going to be going off the rails quite a bit. We have some WoW news, because wow, Blizzard surprised us today, but we're going to have some going off rails too, because tonight, I am Frazley, and I am joined by three special people in my life. Allie of Dungeon Fables, Live Laugh Floor, and All Things Azeroth, and that's not counting her guest hosting on Merely a Setback and World of Warcraft and all the other podcasts. How are you doing, Allie?
Hello, I'm good. I am super excited to be in this room. It's Squadcast, but it's a room. Yeah. It's an internet room with such lovely people who are very special to my heart. So I'm super excited about tonight.
And fun fact about Squadcast, they're going to be adding a thing where when you're talking, it'll actually add spatial awareness. So it'll sound like we're actually in a room. It's like some special act of Dolby. When we're recording, other people won't hear it. When they're on the download, it'll sound like it typically does. But when we're recording, I'll feel like, okay, Allie's over there. Nomad's over there. Oh, speaking of Nomad, I am joined by the only person to ever take me off my feet. PerfectNomad.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I was out for a segue, and I fully meant to do that.
It was good.
Yeah, full. And finally, the taco that knows their tech. It is your Royal Highness TechieTaco.
Hey!
Which all three are the Blizzmates. And I'm like,
Yay!
I was somewhere and I actually out loud said, and they were roommates. So
oh my God, they were roommates.
Yes.
And they were roommates.
That was Vine, right? Because that was not TikTok.
Yeah. Someone tried to recreate it on TikTok. Didn't have the same charm.
Yeah, no. The only one who has the charm on TikTok is me, because I did the electric slide on TikTok.
Hold up, you got a TikTok?
I do. I actually, believe it or not.
I gotta follow you.
TikToks because
Hold up.
I just joined TikTok like a few days ago.
You too?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I think my favorite one I did was me doing the electric slide and showing everybody I got the skills. It's the one where I went up the stairs at the end. I think you've all seen that one.
Oh, you've got skills.
Welcome to the Blizzmates reunion, where one of our hosts just pulls up TikTok in the middle of the interview.
Yes, which
makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And audio listeners, you want to have heard it because of DMCA and stuff like that. So, damn RIAA. But somebody that I will never say damn to because I love this man and his beard is Epic Insanity. Epic Insanity, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
Great idea. So what have you been up to recently?
Lots of podcasting. As you said earlier, I don't know how you do it because, it's a lot.
Yeah, didn't you tell me that this week you had every single day you're podcasting, unless that was not information I was supposed to say?
Every day except for tomorrow, yeah.
Wow! I have had those weeks.
Except tomorrow I'm working on my own show, so technically I am still podcasting tomorrow, so...
Oh, I meant to ask you, do you want to do a podcast tomorrow, Allie?
Maybe not tomorrow, but we'll talk about next Friday.
It'll be fun. It's an adult podcast.
Oh, Ooh. No, but it's been good. It's been a lot of fun. Outside of podcasting, I'm still working on my 5 mask solo runs for Visions. And apparently I'm going to have a little more time to do that. So, because I got all the way to Rexar last time and then chaos completely fell apart. So, so close. Now, originally I was like, you know what? Like, that was my last chance to get it. Screw it, whatever. I'll just move on, do mount runs next week, and then be ready for pre-patch. I'm going to try again this week.
Yes! I've got a vision that you will get it as long as my vision is not corrupt.
I mean, it might be.
Might be. Okay, where we stand in this episode with interrupting each other with "that's what she said" and sexual jokes,
bring it on.
Okay,
I'm good for it.
Okay, well, I almost did just now, and I took everything I had not to say that.
It wouldn't be a Blizzmates reunion without it.
Right.
True.
Especially when you were like, I'm so close. Oh, are you?
Oh yes.
And you will be proud. I did not even realize that became popular with The Office because I recently watched all of The Office. So,
You know, it actually, from my research, it actually originated with Wayne's World.
oh wow,
Yeah.
swing.
Yeah, it's when he's holding up the picture of Heather Locklear and he's like, "Are you done yet? Because I'm getting tired of holding this." And Wayne's like, "Yeah, that's what she said."
And I bet kids don't even realize that.
Yep.
Whereas they know The Office and they're like, "Oh, it's The Office."
Yep.
Wow, you're bringing the facts. Allie's like, why did I even decide to come on YouTube?
No, I fully know what I was getting into. I am, granted, I was, joined Blizzmates and then Blizzmates faded. I swear I didn't kill it.
You definitely didn't kill it. It was outside sources.
Yeah,
But I knew what I was getting into.
that's fair.
So outside of editing and the mask, have you been up to anything else?
Honestly, it's about it because that's kind of how things have been lately. Just work and trying to survive this crazy year and having lots of fun doing some podcasting stuff.
Well, Nomad.
What's up?
I was thinking of you because I was looking through my Giphy and I've got a couple of gifts that you sent me that are like private to me and all that. And I'm like, oh, I remember this. That sounded much more wrong.
I sent you private gifts.
They were.
Is that what you're telling the live audience right now?
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing wrong
You
with
know
that.
those gifts.
Wait, you sent him to him too?
I'm sorry.
But what have you been up to when you aren't sending people private gifts?
Well, so far, I actually got back into World of Warcraft. I took a little bit of a hiatus just to give myself a little bit of space and explore other games. Right now, I just finished leveling gearing up my Death Knight, my human Death Knight to get rep, and I now have all the allied races unlocked, so that was nice. And I just hit 120 on my Undead Warrior. Yeah, so that's really fun. Thank you. Yeah, and trying to do Nazjatar as an undergeared warrior doesn't work. So
Do a Nazjatar, period.
yeah, everything
really work.
kills me
Yeah.
instantly. It sucks, but it's okay.
I have the same thing.
What are you going to play in Shadowlands?
Discipline Priest, because I rolled a Volpera specifically for that racial. Because I saw in the mall, there's no inns or anything like that. So that racial ability for Volperas, they can set up camp and then just like go back. So the second I saw that, I was like, I'm rolling Volpera, and yeah, I like Volperas.
I didn't even think about that.
It's
Those crafty
It's
Volpera.
the gamer side of me, man. G Fuel. Gotta think ahead of the game.
Oh my god.
That made me think of EA games. It's in the game.
They rebranded their name. Can't remember what it's called, but they're no longer EA Sports.
what is
Oh,
Don't ask me. That's about sports. Why are we talking about sports
Yeah.
on a fucking World of Warcraft podcast?
I don't
You're
know
the one that brought attention to it.
Yeah,
Whatever. I hate
it's your fault. But what have you been up to, Techie?
Oh, yeah, that's the question at hand. Shit, man, I don't know. Work? Like, I wake up, I go to work, I somehow get through it, I come home, I either watch Netflix or something, and then I Reddit or WoW, and then I pass out and do it all over again. Adult life sucks.
I'm happy you still have a job, though.
That's what I've been up to.
Honestly,
That's true. Listen, after all that ranting, I can't really complain because I did really like make it unscathed. So, no, man, I don't know. I just been hanging out. I played WoW a bit, got AOTC, and then once I got flying a while ago, but I got flying, AOTC. Those are always kind of like the two big things for me in each expansion because I don't really roll alts. But I've actually been rolling a few alts, some lower level, just to kind of like fart around in the game. And I got somebody into it recently, and they kind of like took off, and now they started playing 2 days ago as just a starter character, like a starter trial account. They've already subbed to the account and just hit level 35 or 38. So it's like
Nice.
mind blowing.
Did you recruit a friend?
Yeah, I did a report.
Good.
Okay,
There you
Yeah.
go. There
Yeah.
you go.
Once you get to a year, you will actually start getting game time as long as
Yeah.
you're subbed.
Yeah, I think it's every other month you get free 30 days or something like that.
Nice. So you geared them up, and through transmog from the recruiter friend, they're going to gear you up.
Yeah,
Oh,
Give and take.
yeah.
By the way, I need something new to watch. Oh my god, I finished Parks and Rec for like the third time, and now I'm like, what am I going to watch on my lunch break?
Have you
Can I-
watched Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, not really my thing.
Have you watched American Horror Story?
Not really my thing.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go back and rewatch Always Sunny. I haven't seen that in a long time.
I have not seen that one. I need to watch that one.
Yeah. So yeah.
I've been watching American Horror Story, and I gotta say, I finished Cults. I had finished Freak Show a while back. Then I also finished Words.
I haven't heard of Words. Is it good?
Oh, Words is great. Every episode they pick a different word, and like one is bird is the word.
Oh yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching that, and while I'm watching TV shows, I've been braiding my hair because I got my first hair dryer. That's a big thing for me. So because like I used to always be the one. My hair was always so short that I could get out of the shower and it was just let it dry. But nope, got a.
Have you ever shaved your head, Frazley?
Not yet, and I've shaved here, but not shaved my head.
Why did you just grab your crotch and you said here? I'm still waiting on an answer.
You broke me.
It's early in the episode for that, Frazley. You're doomed.
Yeah,
Doomed.
Yes.
We got what, another hour of this? Come on.
Easily, yeah.
So I played Among Us today with my family, and I actually played it with them on Saturday as well. And let me tell you, today I was the imposter 3 times, and twice I won. The third time I walk into the admin room, and I kill my one nephew. My other nephew's standing there. He's like, I saw you. I was like, no. I saw you. I walked in here. I saw you. And I got them to vote out my other nephew. And as soon as they did that, they're like, yeah, we know. So
That
I
is
lost that.
such a fun game. Oh, we should all play tonight.
Oh, I'm down.
We could.
What is it, like
Good.
$5 on Steam?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
$5 on Steam, or you can buy it on you can play it on your phone.
it's cross-platform?
Cross-platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the only thing.
Show.
The thing, if you buy it on stream, you get all the skins for free. Like, well, you're paying for the skins essentially. But yeah, you could, like, I've played with my friends who are on like iOS phones, and it's like totally cross-platform. So it's so much fun. Oh my god, I'm so excited!
It is so great. And
There it is. They said in chat, EA rebranded to EA Desktop.
What?
Is that real?
What
I don't know if
is
that's
that?
real. Maybe you're joking me.
It is.
Please be
Introducing
vindicated.
the all-new
Please be
EA
real.
desktop.
Yes! Suck it!
what happened to EA Origin then?
It's converting to EA Desktop.
What? You had EA Origin, and now you're making that EA Desktop.
Yep.
That's such a it is
That
like
is-
yeah.
definitely a boring name. I agree.
Can you feel it?
Thank you to Oblivious Live 9211 for the fact checking, and also we agree, the most boring name ever. Come on, EA! Come on! Oh.
You should rename the stream to EA Desktop.
Copyright strike.
Oh god, please don't.
I would almost make the show title EA Desktop, but no, that I would probably get in trouble with that. Oh, I gotta say though, I finished Soma by Frictional Games. If you are into an amazing game, that is it. It's a complete mindfuck, but it was amazing.
Are you playing like a lot of scary games?
Oh yeah, because October is my Scream stream month, and I may go into November with some of this because we don't know now when Shadowlands is going to release. So I might.
I assume you have Amazon Prime, Frazley.
Absolutely, and if you got Amazon Prime, you can use that on this channel and get also emotes. Shameless plug.
Yeah, good
That's
smooth move,
That's
man.
Oh, I saw Lair of Fear is now on, and I saw Zolan playing that. I'm like, okay, I got to play Lair of Fear. In fact, I think I may do that as my next game. I was debating between the second Amnesia, the Pigs one, but yeah, I think I'm going to do Lair of Fear next because that one looks really good. One final game that I think is going to be right up your alley. It is Phasmaphobia, and it could be 2 to 4 players, but you go into this house and you are ghost hunters. You've got to check out the ghost, and like you can talk to the ghost. They will listen to you through your mic. It will say, "Here's their name. If you call this name, it could anger them." Oh, last night I went in with Lil Weird, and oh, it was so fun. Like, I go into this house, and I'm like, "Daniel Martinez, where are you?" And all of a sudden, I walk in. Lil was like, Frazley, the door closed. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm walking around, and all of a sudden I see that this thing come out of nowhere, come over to me, grip me, and died.
You
And
can die?
yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
can die. The ghost.
Dude, hell
No
yeah.
beds all over it. You can
Dude,
die.
I want to get this game and roleplay as Zach Bagans.
Oh, Hey, I will play with you, Nomad, because it is amazing. Like, I love the fact that the ghost can hear what you're saying. And like, at one point, I was in another house and Lil Weird died, and Lil Weird's in there, and actually Lil Weird said on Discord, the ghost in here is actually trying to get you back in. I'm like, no, hell no, I'm not going back in there. So it is amazing.
Do you ever go through a haunted house in real life?
Oh, no.
I visited a haunted asylum once.
Oh, how did that go?
Scariest experience of my life. I had a crucifix in my hand and I felt it rip from my hand. Yeah.
Oh!
Spooky.
Oh!
Have I told you guys my Ouija board story?
No!
Tell me.
Can I condense it? I think I can. So essentially, I bought a Ouija board to impress a girl, and as one does. And
here's my Ouija board. Come on,
you like them goth girls?
We tried it.
Ouija board.
Yeah, this was like 15 years ago. I was living with a bunch of friends, and she came over, and it was just us in the house. And we were like, "Hey, let's try this Ouija board thing," because we tried it a few nights before, like at a restaurant with a bunch of our friends, and it wasn't working. So we tried it at the house. We're just hanging out. It actually starts working, right? So we're like, "Oh, you're moving it." We do the whole thing. So it starts working. And then we do the whole, you're moving it, like genuinely is like, no, you're moving it. So I was like, okay, we got to think logically, like how can we prove this wrong, right? Because like we started doing like, I don't know your grandmother's middle name. So like, do the thing. But then that didn't work. So what I did was I went over to my computer behind me and I opened up the calculator and I just started typing a bunch of numbers. And then I was like, I went back to the board and I was like, we both looked down so we couldn't see the screen. I said, without looking, what's the numbers on the thing? So it started doing the numbers and we were writing it down. But then this is like one of the, I won't go into all the creepy things that happened, but like one of the creepy things was it started going 1, no, 2, no, 3, no. And like, we couldn't figure out why it was doing that. And we turned around and the screensaver was on.
Oh!
Like, that's just the beginning of it. It goes into like a whole lot more. Like, it was like, they told us that it was a spirit that was killed because he had an affair with a wife, and then that somebody had died in the basement of that house, and all this shit. And so fast forward a bunch of other things. A couple of days later, we're hanging out, we're having a party at my house, and some friends were over, and we were like, hey, we're telling this story. So we decide, well, let's go downstairs where the murder happened, and let's do it again. Like,
because that's
why not?
a good idea.
Yeah. Right. So we go downstairs. It's like, I don't know, 10 of us down there. We're all doing the thing and it's not working. And we even bring a dog down. We're like, dogs can sense. Yeah. So we're all like half drunk. It's just not working. Well, so we all go back upstairs, but the girl and her friend decided to stay down there just to, I don't know, see if it could work. I don't know. So they stayed down there. So we all go outside to hang out. Well, around that time, my roommate came home, didn't realize that anybody was downstairs. So when he came into the kitchen door, the basement door was right in front of him. So he just shut the door, turned off the lights and shut the door with them down there. And they started like screaming at the top of their lungs because they were obviously scared. Well, she comes running out and I was like, what just happened? And she goes, right before the lights went out, it spelled out, let me kill you.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I do wonder though, could that ghost have predicted what news we got today?
That's the scariest thing I've heard all day.
I was watching Hottie Chicken today, and all of a sudden, chat's like, "Oh yeah, so did you hear that pre-patch is today? And did you hear Shadowlands delayed?" And we're all like, "Shadowlands is delayed?" So we go on to Twitter, and Warcraft has put out an announcement. We feel we need more time to work on this game. We are going to be bringing out the pre-patch on October 13th, but we have to now delay Shadowlands to later this year. So what's interesting is we have to also just, like games like Cyberpunk has been delayed, and Cyberpunk got into crunch time, which we've been hearing about different things. Like information came out a couple months ago about Blizzard and like employee costs, stuff like that. So I am actually glad that the team was like, the game's not going to be well enough. But what are your initial thoughts on it? And then like we can unpack it some more.
I agree with the decision 100%. If they need more time to work on the game and make sure it's a really good game for its consumers, I'm 100% behind it. And besides, it's COVID-19 right now. Everybody's working from home. Like, I'm sure they can't do everything at home as they would have at their office. So it just makes sense.
Yeah, because this is their first expansion that they've been doing out of the office. Like, I've been seeing like different tweets from people at Blizzard. Like basically there's like one person who walks around Blizzard to make sure specific things are okay and all that, but everyone's not been back in the office. So, I mean, I give them a lot of slack for doing something that has been unprecedented. not to use the phrase that we've seen all the commercials saying, in these unprecedented times and all that.
We're all in this together.
I'm fully in support of it. I think it's much better to push it back, put out a good game without completely crushing themselves as they work on it. You know, that work-life balance is important for everyone, no matter what line of work you're in. And I think for the sake of their own health and the health of the game, this is just the absolutely best choice. I know some people are, disappointed they had planned time off of work and that kind of thing. I did, but I still would much rather them push it off and do what they need to do. I still have a shit ton of things I'm trying to do in game. I have other games to play, like, we'll be fine. If they were to put it out too early and not have it be the polished game that we know they're capable of, the outrage, especially after how things have kind of gone on the PR standpoint, would be off the charts. And that would be sad. So I'm glad they did this.
I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm equally disappointed. I'm equally relieved. I've been doing a lot of just like general gaming, so I haven't been keeping up on the heartbeat of like what the, everybody's been thinking as far as like it needs to be delayed or not delayed. I didn't even think that wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was just like, I'm really excited for the new expansion. I'm disappointed not only because it'll be longer before we play it, but I kind of revolved a lot of, like Ali said, I revolved a lot of my schedule around this. And so now, like with my situation, I mean, I'm kind of selfishly thinking about this, but like my situation at work, we have to take a week off work. And since they announced the expansion, I was like, that's what I'm taking my week off for. I waited until the end of the year before they even gave us a date. So and like work was already getting on me about like, hey, when are you taking off? Because like we need to know soon. Yeah. And now it's just like, I don't even know if I'm going to get it off. And I think that's why I'm so frustrated, is because it's like, I'm a planner. Like I need to know, you know what I mean? When am I like, I want to be there with my friends on opening night, and I want to have that time off. And it's like, now it's uncertain. And I think that uncertainty is what makes me the most frustrated.
That's definitely frustrating. Like I work at a place where I can't just last minute be like, hey, I'm taking this time off. Like I have to do it in advance because people have to cover me. So I definitely understand that frustration. I
mean, I'm pretty flexible with work, so I don't think it'd be that big of an idea, but I think it's just the unknown.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing is, I agree that crunch is a thing that's in game development that is bad, and this like relieves that pressure. So I'm all for that. Like, give the devs all they need. But like, okay, so looking forward, how is this going to affect the time frame of the patch cycles for the next over this game? Does it interfere with the delay of the next expansion? Does it shorten our time before like grind? I mean, we were already going to have like 3 weeks before the first raid opened up. So like, are they going to even shorten that more, or are they going to delay it? Like, that's something to consider. And the other thing to consider is like, okay, where did this problem start? It didn't start 2 days ago. It didn't start a week ago. This was a problem that started, months and months ago, when I don't work at Blizzard. I'm just assuming, like, this is just the thoughts that have been coming to my head today since the announcement of like, where did they go wrong? Could this have been avoided if COVID didn't happen? Could this have been avoided if they took this direction, kind of thing? So like, there's so many things that I've just been kind of processing through that I still haven't landed. I know in my heart of hearts that when it comes down to it, it's going to be fine. I'm just amped up. I'm so excited for this expansion. I've been ever since they've announced it. I was like, this is like Legion 2.0. You know what I mean? And so I'm personally just kind of a ball of emotions right now, and I haven't really processed it all yet. So that's where I land.
Leo Wild's been very good at like dates and numbers and all that. And Leo Wild said that it would mean November 16th or December 7th. And they said, fun note, December 7th would be the 10th anniversary of Cataclysm. And then Jared said, as Preach pointed out in their video, they have not postponed a release since BC. Wow. And I saw a tweet by Taliesin and Evantel, and that is so true. The other downside to doing this is people are going to think that they're doing something that they're not going to be doing. And like everyone's seen the pull the ripcord and all that. Unless something changes, we don't think the developers are going to be pulling the ripcord. And there is probably going to be outrage once it comes out without this ripcord pulled.
So can you explain the ripcord? I've only heard that just recently. I've heard a lot of people talking about that.
The ripcord is basically, they already have set what they're going to do with covenants and the covenant abilities and whatnot. And ripcord, I think it was a phrase that In used in an interview, if I remember right. Basically, the whole concept of, pulling the ripcord is basically
Removing one of those things.
Yeah, like taking away like what they're doing with Covenant abilities and reworking the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And thank you, Jared, saying in an interview with Preach. Thank you. In a very, very compact nutshell, that's basically what it is.
The first thing that comes to mind is there's two things actually. One of them is the destructible buildings in BC. Was it? Or Wrath? There were supposed to be destructible buildings in battlegrounds
and flying combat
and flying battles.
In
flying combat. It's actually like on the box.
Yeah,
it was like on the box.
The studio.
I want this so bad.
We decided on the last episode with Spaz and Clanker that the dance studio is down in the secret vaults where all the secrets are kept for the secret finding Discord to find. So the dance studio is waiting to be released. But yeah, like being a content creator, I can understand crunch. I can understand putting a release date and like up to stuff. And sometimes things happen. Sometimes your programs don't work correctly and do things, and you have a deadline that you're trying to make it to. Like I always thought October was early, but I was like, I'm gonna trust that Blizzard knows what they're doing, and I'm actually glad that they're like, yeah, we need more time.
While we were talking about this, I actually got an email from Blizzard, and it says if you basically want a refund, you can get your money back because of the delay.
Wow.
Yeah. Says right here, during this additional time, we'll be focusing on further polishing the overall experience, as well as fine-tuning and balancing aspects of the end game, yada, yada, yada. Shadowlands meets our high standards and your high expectations. We think you'll enjoy this expansion even more as a result of the extra work, but we understand if you're disappointed by the wait. If you'd prefer a refund, please visit our customer support site.
Good on them.
Yeah. So right then and there, it's not like they're trying to take your money. They're just like, we just need more time.
Yeah. And they're going to be losing money from other subs, people that are disgruntled, or people getting refunds. And I'm even thinking about with Blizzard. Every expansion launch, there's like all these like product launches for things like that. They're going to have to tell all their partners, hey, we need more time, and some of them may walk away. I mean, it is a big decision that they did.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too, because remember on the WoD launch how like astronomically like bad that was. It was so bad that they gave away free game time. Like I'm wondering if like they're going to do something like that with this as well. Like, thank you for your service and your commitment to us. We want to reward you with something like free game time or in-game something. I pre-ordered the collector's edition from Best Buy, and I got a notification like right after I pre-ordered that I was going to be able to go pick it up on the 13th of October, like the physical box, because Blizzard was like allowing people to get the box early so that they could be ready for launch. So now it's like, am I gonna get it on the 13th or do I have to wait? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Just a bummer.
And I know we are all like anxious for it. Like there's part of me that will be like playing other games right now. I love WoW, but like I've done a lot of what I want to do right now in BFA. So I'll be playing some other games in addition to stuff in WoW. So I mean, I'm going to keep my sub up with it. But there's part of me that was like, oh damn. I mean, I was looking forward to going through the stuff. I love what I saw in beta, but also last time I was in beta, I saw things are buggy, and I'm like, I didn't think it was going to be ready.
I just wish that they would tell us, you know what, it's not coming out till next year. Like, honestly, that's the way I want it. I want them to push it out till next year. That gives all the time in the world. That allows me to take my vacation whenever I want and not have to miss out. And on a serious side, it also allows me to play all the Cyberpunk I want without being interrupted.
Yes.
Now it's like, now we're getting into the realm of Cyberpunk, and it's like, fuck, what do I do? Do I level or do I play Cyberpunk? I hate that pressure of trying to have to choose.
Same thing with Vampire Bloodlines. That got pushed back to 2021. That was supposed to be released, I think, in November.
I've never even heard of that game.
I love that game. It's so cool, that universe.
I'm going to be playing Vampire Masquerade at some point because I think I got it on Steam. If not, I'm going to be buying it.
Hell yeah.
It's weird. I'm into horror games now. Like I don't know why. When I went all into the realizing who I am, I'm no longer afraid of horror stuff.
Frazley, nothing. This is coming from the same guy that, I don't know, 8 months ago was playing Subnautica and then saw a shark glitch through the wall and pissed his pants.
Yes, I remember that.
I love horror games. Oh my god!
Oh
wow! What a callback.
During Soma, at one point, I walk into this room and this creature there, and like I was like and like Kawasaki was like, oh, what a scream. Yeah, one thing I would say is it is okay for us to share disappointment, but I saw a tweet by Krista Golden, and by the way, she is one of the sweetest people I know. I mean, I love her so much, and she said it was a painful decision for them to make, and I'm like, if we voice our disappointment, let's still be kind to the devs. Because I think
It's not their fault.
yeah, they want the game as much as we do.
I agree.
But you know what else I want out?
Oh, please say your penis. Please say your penis.
He said who, not what.
Yeah.
No, he
they
said, you know,
who,
what else I want out. I like how I heard what, and then like Nomad perfectly picked up on the like he knows how to like translate techie, and he was like, no, you idiot, you dumb motherfucker. He said, what, not who, or who, not what.
No, I don't want penises or anything out.
Right.
I don't like penises.
I mean, if you want to get banned, let's go right now.
No. Not the show for it. But tonight, I want to get to know all of us a little bit more. So I want to get to know each more.
Allie's dying. She's over there dying.
Just keep going. It's fine.
I mislabeled this card deck we're using. I said that it was the going deeper card deck. No, but it's the ask deep questions card deck.
I like going deeper better.
Okay. I'm gonna go deep. It's fine.
Lubed up and going deep.
There's no kink shaming.
No, absolutely not. So we all have this loaded, and we're all going to ask.
I didn't say a goddamn word that time.
Fraz, oh my gosh, he killed me. Their laugh is contagious.
I realized the phrasing. I don't do phrasing on purpose sometimes.
Sometimes.
So we have 3 levels of deepness on questions. We have curious, brave, and vulnerable. So we're going to start with the curious.
3 levels of deepness. We got just the tip, 2 fingers, and the whole fist.
Feeling brave, Techie?
Oh.
I mean, I'm ready if you are. I got the lube right here.
All right, who's first?
What is the most memorable gift you've ever received?
I got it.
Okay.
So years ago, I went to the Comedy Barn in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So they asked for volunteers to go on stage. And I'm like, hey, I want to be up on stage. And they picked me. So I was the villain. And at one point, the person up there says, okay, you're Bad Bart. And you're going to say, I'm going to kill you with venom. I'm like, did he just say he wants me to kill him with venom? He's like, I'm going to kill you with venom. The group I was with just rolled and laughter. And I was supposed to act with venom, not actually kill with venom. But for Christmas that year, they got me a jar of soap and put the word venom on it.
Aww.
So I have always remembered that. In fact, I've got it in my room. So if I ever need to kill people with venom, I've got it.
Good story. I like that.
I've got a few that came to mind, but I'll go with what came to mind first, which ironically enough was World of Warcraft. Because what happened is I had a couple friends in college who they played and they sat me down and played their account. I liked it. And so for my birthday, they all chipped in and got me, the game. It was Burning Crusade at the time, so they got me the game and a month of game time.
Oh,
which was, the fact they all chipped in like that was pretty special.
And it changed your life forever.
In ways, like when I sit here now and look back on that, if I go back and tell my past self that this would be happening, I would have myself committed.
Right.
So
I love how like this game has changed so many of our lives.
It really has.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
It really, really has. My most memorable gift, I actually have 2. For the first one, I'm actually wearing it, and I'm surprised Allie hasn't noticed it yet.
Oh, I have noticed it, but I noticed like after restarted and I went interrupt the show. But my heart is very full seeing it.
For the listeners,
Please keep your penis in your pants.
wait, it's not
Fine.
It's not my PP. It's a pin, another P word. It's a pin that Allie gave me last year at BlizzCon, and it's the Wowhead cat witchy sitting on a rocket, and I'm wearing it right now. And then it's this right here. That was given to me by a Blizzard employee at campus. That's by Wei Wang. Yeah.
wow.
I officially hate you.
Deathwing, Kerrigan, and Diablo. It's really
It's
cool.
amazing.
But yeah, I have it hanging up right here. I have all sorts of stuff hanging up. But yeah, 2 of my most memorable gifts.
That is awesome.
It is pretty
Memorable
badass.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain on things. There's a few things like you can't really see, but this is all my Lord of the Rings stuff back here. This is a puzzle from like 1972 with like the old Hobbit
That's
in
cool.
there, and then above that it's like a 1972 calendar my cousin got me. But there's two that come to mind. Again, I don't know if these are the most memorable, but I cherish them. Like everything in this office that I'm recording in, there's action figures and like cabinets, and everything has a meaning and like means a lot to me. And these things don't mean more than those things. I needed to give clarification, but these are like some of the things that just like came to mind. This one is from my mom for my birthday a couple years ago.
Oh, it is the Zelda.
The Hylian shield.
Nice.
Really cool.
Yeah. And it hangs on my wall next to my World of Warcraft Blizzard cabinet. This one means a lot to me, and I'll never get rid of these. Back when Lagging Balls did the terrible buttons, they did the
Yay.
Lagging Balls Loves Me. And then I got this one, the only one in existence, says the official Lagging Balls TNA.
Nice.
And so that one, those go up in my Blizzard cabinet, and
awesome, man.
I love those.
So, what are you most grateful for in your life?
12-inch penis.
That's too much, man.
That's also what she said.
You're hurting people out there.
No comment.
It really is the friends that I have met in the Blizzard community. Like, I can't tell you how many people that I meet, and I'm talking to right now that I'm just like, I don't know who I'd be without all of you. I mean, you've all impacted me in some way, and I want to get to know more of you even more. And like, I love like meeting new friends. Be like, my first thought when I see somebody that I want to meet and learn more about, like, I want to be your friend. I mean, that's what I thought. Like, when I was talking with Clanker and we were on, and I had Clanker on FrazlCast, at the end I was like, I want to get to know Clanker even more because Clanker's amazing. And since then we've gotten to chat more. Like, all of you have opened up my worldview in so many ways, and you make me cry. But yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. I'm a different gnome because of all of you.
You're like the tallest gnome I know.
Yes.
Seriously.
How tall are you, Frazley?
6'6".
I have you by an inch.
Oh,
I'm 6'7".
That's what she said.
okay.
I mean, I thought I was pretty tall being at like 5'10", and I looked up to Frazley, and that extra inch, whew, yeah.
I still remember the first time I met you at BlizzCon Alley, and like, you're looking down because like, you know, I'm coming toward you, and you're looking down, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, hi.
You just gotta look up, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like you always say.
That's a tough thing because I've learned a lot about myself this past year, like what I'm most grateful for, like what I'm grateful for. Like just in general, I'm grateful to be alive, especially like right now during this whole thing. But I don't know, like it might sound really, really cheesy to say and probably an obvious answer, but I'm really grateful for my mom. she's been there for me for like this entire thing and like everything that happened, and she's just here and existing and just being a sweetheart. So
I love that.
I guess I should go because Allie will be the last to answer.
Do it.
I'm kind of along the same lines, like the people I've met in Blizzard, the experiences I've had in the game, you know, thankful for still being able to, you know, provide a roof over my house, even through everything that's gone through. But I think there's two things that come to mind that are most important to me. You know, my mom and some of my friends that helped me get through that, like you said, Nomad, like the things that helped me in this last year of growth. But I think that's the most important thing. That's the second thing, is the actual challenges. I'm thankful for those challenges that I went through because it's made me stronger. And if I hadn't gone through those, then the sweet wouldn't have been a sweet without the sour.
Powerful.
So I guess I'm thankful for those challenges.
My friends I've made through the game, friends I've made through podcasting, friends, the few friends I had in my past who were part of the reason that I'm still alive and helped me during some of my darkest bad times, which I won't go into. And friends now that give me the courage and support to get through imposter syndrome and all other stuff. And friends I just have fun with. My friends are very important to me, and I feel very fortunate to have the friends I have.
And Allie, I've shared it with you, but I'll share it again on FrazlCast. You helped me in March of 18. I mean, you've helped me since then, but I specifically remember that. Like, I was in a very dark place, and you were the reason why. I mean, then I got out of it. Not while I was in the dark place.
Turn the light
Why
on.
am I here? Maybe you're in the dark place.
This is maybe the most emotional we've all gotten on Blizzmates before.
Well,
Yeah.
I got an idea. I think we've gone curious, but are we ready to go brave?
Brave.
Do it.
Go deeper. 2 fingers. You know what? Make it 3.
Might as well just do the whole fist at that point.
No.
Oh,
That
you're
comes
right.
with vulnerable.
Wow, this one. It's a simple question, but I feel like it hits pretty hard.
Is it gonna be serious?
Well, it's brave. It's a brave question. It's
All right.
serious. It's okay. So here's the question: what is one big lie you've told?
12-inch penis.
At least you're being honest.
It's really 13.
There's that extra inch.
I thought you were gonna go backwards.
That's what she said.
Wow, man, combos.
I could go all night.
Wow.
All right, who's
Yeah.
going first? Frazley, you go first.
So I think the biggest lie that I ever told, and it's an introspective one, but I told myself that I'm not good enough. Like, I never expected again that I would be here in front of people talking on podcasts and like this, and I always told myself, no, you can never do that stuff, and like you're not good enough. People aren't going to like you and all that, and you've all proven me wrong. It was an internal lie that I told myself. And I will also say another lie that I told, and I have shared this before. Back when there were Pokemon cards, I was the kid that would walk around with the book. I went this a few times, and then I felt really bad about it, and I stopped. I would undervalue Pokemon cards when I traded them.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a pretty asshole douche move. Yeah.
This was also last week when you did that.
Hey, I offered to pay you back what I owe you, Techie.
In cuddles.
Yes. Can I be a little spoon?
You can be the knife if you want. I don't know what I mean by that. That's just the first thing that came to mind.
I'm sure we can come up with an answer. But anyways, it took me a little bit to think of one. And then I was thinking one, and Frazley kind of took it. So I'm going to go with college. This was back during my absolute darkest time. And I, because of dealing with some extreme depression, was failing one of my online classes. And there was some test or a paper, I can't remember what it was. A paper that I didn't turn in. And it was because of me dealing with life and trying to still be living. And told my professor that it was because I was having computer issues, and it erased my essay or something, some lie like that, just to try to get some extra time so I could turn it in. I think I ended up getting a D in that class. That wasn't good. Like, if I was actually honest, I probably could have saved myself a lot. But yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
I mean, there's a lot of things that come to mind because you know me, I'm a big liar. So, I mean, introspective things come to mind, but I don't know. Like, I'll tell you this. I remember the first time I lied, I was like 5, and I really wanted my cousin to, like, she lived next door. Not my cousin, just a friend down the street. And I wanted her to, like, still hang out and play with me, but it was getting late. I was like, stay here, and I'll go ask my mom if you can stay or spend the night or whatever. And when I ran inside, my dad was in the kitchen. I could see this clear as day. And he was like, hey, did whatever face go home? And I was like, yeah, she went home. I ran straight back. She was standing outside waiting for my answer. And I ran straight back to my mom in the bathroom. And I was like, hey, can so-and-so, I don't remember her name, can so-and-so like stay the night or stay longer? And then she's like, yeah, that's fine. And then I ran back out, and then he stopped me, heard the whole thing, told her to go home. And then I got in trouble because he basically heard me lie. And I was like, okay, well, never doing that again.
Aw.
So that was the first time I lied. I don't know the biggest lie. I mean, I don't know, maybe plagiarizing my senior thesis in high school and getting caught and then telling him, no, I didn't plagiarize this. No, not at all. And then like I had to come up with some story about why it was so good. And I was like, yeah, I'm really into this topic. And I just obsessed with it. And yeah, I got through it. So
Wow.
maybe that one.
I mean, I forged my dad's name on a math test in 3rd grade, so.
Frazley.
I also stole a Power Ranger from Latchkey too, so.
Oh my God, like we've opened Pandora's box. I've also killed a guy.
Not yet.
And
That's a tough one for me because I feel like as somebody who works in marketing, lying is like essential. I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds weird, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. But I think something for me, like an introspective side, the biggest lie I've told myself is that I can't. And that's my biggest thing, is that every time I see a problem that I get overwhelmed with, I just tell myself that I can't. It's so unhealthy and it's not good. Like, I want to stream again. Like, I want to do all these cool things that I used to do. And then I just tell myself, I can't. Why? I don't know. I just can't. And it's just a constant lie that I just need to push through. And that's the biggest lie I tell.
Hey, remember that time you tried to stream and your internet was messing up? Yeah,
I just couldn't do it, man.
You physically couldn't do it.
Hopefully I won't have those problems again if I decide to start streaming again.
I'm just gonna start randomly texting you, just saying you can, just like out of the blue. Just
You can.
He's sitting on the shitter. You can.
Thinking about running that red light, get the text. You can. Let's go.
All right. Whose turn? Allie, you get to pick a question. Are we going full fist this time?
Do we want to keep going brave, or do we want to go all the way to the vulnerable?
It's your show. What do you want to do for us?
Let's go all the way to the vulnerable, because we've really opened up on stuff.
Let's do it.
Why am I doing this?
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
No regrets.
What is one lesson you have learned from your biggest failure?
Why did my brain just immediately go to like dirty things? Don't do anal.
You told me that was successful, man. Why'd you lie?
Lied.
I just really want to have sex with you.
Everybody knew that already.
I'm sorry, I couldn't contain it.
I'd say my biggest failures was it actually is one that I've struggled with. Not making it on YouTube back when it first came out. Like, I was making videos and stuff like that, and I don't know what happened. Like, I was making these videos, and I was not like at the level of like Fred and stuff like that. I was not at that level, but I never made it big. And I think part of it was I either didn't find my niche, or I just gave up. And I'm trying, and I think it has been something that, and now what I'm doing, of not giving up. Like, I'm doing the podcasting, I'm doing the streaming, and I'm not at the level of partnership and stuff like that. I'm not at the level of like, I don't have a sponsor other than Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime at Amazon Gaming, you can use it on this channel, get access to ad-free emotes. You're the sponsor of this show. No, but like, literally, don't give up. Like, you're not going to get success all the time, but if you keep at it, you're eventually going to be better. Like, I'm a better person from what I'm doing on all this stuff. And if at the end of the day, if it ever comes to the day where I can't do this stuff, I'm a better person. I don't ever foresee stopping what I'm doing right now. And as Cap said, that I was perfecting my craft, and that is right. Like, I don't think I would have been ready when I was younger if I had got some YouTube success. I could have turned out like some of the YouTube success stories that we have that really turned into bad things.
Probably my biggest failure was my failed relationship. I know we're going to go there real quick. And the lesson that I learned was just trust your instincts. Just trust your instincts. There were some red flags, and there were some things that I saw that I just blatantly ignored. And I actually had a little bit of a online therapy after that. And my therapist actually asked me, like, why didn't you just leave? I don't know why I didn't just leave. Like, all these things just happen, and I try to compromise. I try to sacrifice myself. I sacrifice like my game time and like my mental health and everything just to please this person who obviously wasn't going to go put that same amount of effort into me. Biggest lesson learned, just trust your instincts. Do what you got to do.
I've not had a failed relationship. I remember this person that I knew in high school, and I went on a coffee date with them, and they leaned over to kiss me, and I was like, my instinct was like, no. And at the time I was like, why? Because like they were attractive, at least I thought and all that, and we got along well. But to find out now that I'm asexual, I knew why. So yeah, I'm with you. Your instincts know more than you realize sometimes.
That's definitely true. Your heart knows more than your brain.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain, man. I honestly don't know. And I guess it just goes to show that like I
Dude,
don't
your biggest
learn
failure
from
was
my
playing with
mistakes.
that Ouija board. You hexed yourself.
Oh,
you
yeah.
hexed yourself, bro. You got to burn some incense,
No, it's totally
get some
worth it.
sage. It's all good.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, there's things that I wish I had done, but I don't really have an answer to that question. Biggest thing I've learned, or thing I've learned from my biggest mistake.
Biggest failure, not mistake, failure.
Yes.
That I didn't take more risks, I guess. I don't know. Because I've always been more conservative. I've always been more like, I don't want to risk anything. So I think that'd be my biggest thing, is that now I'm older in life, I take more risks and stuff. So that's what
I like that.
I think I have a few things to choose from, but I will say that I think my biggest failure is being incredibly guarded in high school and college. Again, as I said earlier, dealing with some depression and whatnot, and went through some things. And I didn't feel as though I was worth getting to know. And I was afraid of letting people getting to know me because I was afraid of getting hurt, because I was just assuming that they wouldn't like me. And because of that, I didn't have too many friends in high school. And in between high school and college, I was that person that wasn't really in a group of friends. I was like on the outskirts of like 5 different groups, and they only kept me around to really use me for one reason or another. And I let that happen. So I think my biggest failure was I was too guarded, and I can't assume what people are going to think about anything. And if they don't like me, oh well, like not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. And that's a lesson I only recently started learning. And I think I took too long and worried too much about what other people thought. I could go on, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I've been talking with Monica. Not about you. I've been talking about you.
Thanks, Fraz. Thanks.
I've been talking with Monica about like my own struggles, and Monica was like, "Are you outward focused or are you inward focused?" And Monica and Amanda both told me, none of us gonna like you, but the ones who love you are gonna be there and close. And yeah, that kind of goes into my question. And don't worry, after this we have some fun questions before we end up the night. So after we gotten all deep and vulnerable. Oh, this is going how I was expecting it to go like this way. So good.
That's also what. Nah, I take that one back. That was terrible. I don't like that.
That's what she said.
I'm just
No. Have I told you guys my favorite "that's what she said" moment that ever happened?
Tell me.
I was working at a call center, and there was a really bad snowstorm, and we all had to go into work because it was a terrible job, and they never gave us time off. And so everybody was complaining about having to come in, but this one girl was just like, had to be louder than everybody else about how rough it was for her specifically. And she had this guy pull out in front of her. She almost got in an accident. So as she's telling this story very loudly over the phone, so all of our customers can hear it, she says, the worst thing about it is he looked directly at me, saw that I was coming, and then pulled out. And I just stood up and was like, that's what she said. Like the entire floor just lost it.
Oh,
I have yet to hear one that's as good as that.
That's a great
good.
Michael Scott.
That's
moment.
really good.
yes.
Yep.
How do you want to be remembered?
12-inch penis.
You said it was 13. You're losing inches.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
damn
lied.
it.
Come on,
13
man.
13 inch.
You
13
you
inch.
you're a grower, not a shower.
Yes. Allie, your cup is turning red.
So I think how I want to be remembered, not for fame or anything like that, because I don't want that. Like of course, to get more famous, you can make a living in a career, but I want people to remember me for the joy I brought them someday, or how I inspired them in some way. One of the best compliments I've ever gotten on the show is actually a listener stopped watching this show because they found a better podcast from this show that was more their fit. And that sounds like I lost them as a listener, but I changed their life, and they're still listening to that podcast. So if I can help somebody in some way, that's how I want to be remembered.
I've got something to say, and this is going to change gears a little bit if you guys don't mind. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Go for it.
So as you were explaining that, and you said the best compliment you've ever gotten, and you said, how do I want to be remembered? I started thinking about, how do I remember you? Like, how do I remember Frazley? So then I started thinking about, what do I think of when I think of Frazley? What do I think of when I think of Nomad? And what do I think of when I think of Allie? And what do I think of when I think of myself? The first thing that came to mind is for you, Frazley. When I think of you, I think of joy. And I don't think everybody here in chat, and I think anybody that has ever mentioned your name would say the same thing. 100%. I've had in-person conversations with Thorn, and him and I were like, yeah, Frazley's just like the holy light of lagging balls. Like he was, you know, like you were just such a positive person, man. So that's what I think of when I think of you, and that's the way I remember you. Not to make you cry, but
That wasn't even a compliment at me, and that
Too
teared
late.
me up, dude. Dang.
Woo!
Allie, when I think of you, I think of support.
Yes.
Like when all this shit went down, like you were the first person that like messaged me, was like, hey, here's my number, let's talk. Even when I didn't respond because I was just an emotional mess, you were still there for me, and like, hey, I'm just checking in on you. So like that's what I think of. Like you're like, I don't want to say the mother, like the motherly person, because I don't think it's a motherly instinct. I think it's just more like from a friend's perspective and somebody that genuinely cares.
It's nurture.
And then Nomad, when I think of you,
That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta
That's awesome.
there's a couple things that come to mind actually. Like,
My thick,
Like-
juicy ass. Thank you.
yes, like brother almost comes to mind. Like just being like a true friend, and then also like just genuine honesty. Nobody knows this. We've never talked about this publicly, but like we spent weeks leading up to Blizzmates on like how do we want to present ourselves, and like we would always ask these questions of like, what do we want it to be real, and what's our voice and what's different. And we spent so much time on Discord just like brainstorming our image and how we want to present ourselves the most authentic way and present a very real and open dialogue. And that's what I think of with you, is like just a genuine
I love that.
homie.
The
So,
genuine homie.
Genuine homie.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Sorry to derail.
Oh, no.
I just felt like that's needed to be
But what
said,
about you?
So. Oh, about
Yes.
me? Dumbass.
See, I would have said funny as hell,
Yes.
incredibly supportive, very encouraging, and very smart. Deal with it.
Like Techie, all of you bring joy to my life. But Techie, when I see your name in chat, I'm like, Techie.
Techie is the person I wanted to be when I grew up. Hands down. You're so funny. You're into pop culture. You're nerdy. You know, you got a good head on your shoulders, and
Yeah.
you know how to make people smile.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's true. It's true.
And you're so confident.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
you really are.
I don't know how to take compliments. This is weird. I didn't mean for it to go like this. I feel like it's backfiring. I hate my decision.
Well, boom. Deal with it.
So yeah.
I like that.
Do you still want to go with your questions?
Oh, no,
Sorry, I
I-
totally like derailed that
I think that
whole
was
thing.
excellent, though.
Yeah. I think that's actually a good place to move in some questions from the community. So I told the community that we had some special guests coming on. So I said, give us your most ridiculous questions. I asked this on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Twitch chat can also bring in questions.
What brand of battery is Garrosh?
Oh.
A dead one?
Are-
So I would say he is a like that 9-volt, like those big batteries. Or is that D batteries?
D is the
Okay, yeah.
Double D.
Double D.
Double D.
Garage is a double D. That's what she said.
Garage is an Energizer bunny because that motherfucker keeps going. He's back.
Oh, now I get the reference. I totally forgot that he was even in that cinematic. I was just still thinking of him like being a total dick and being dead.
well, and D also works. So
I'm going with my original answer. Just a dead battery. He's just a dead, lifeless, decaying battery that's in a car somewhere on the side of the road.
I mean, he is in Shadowlands, so it is totally true.
I was gonna try to make some joke about being a cow battery because a lot of the community is saying he's being milked.
Oh, yeah.
So go with that.
I like it.
All right, your favorite quote from a cartoon.
And this is from Kara.
Oh, yes, Kara. Hi, Kara. Mine is, you can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself. Like, that makes it okay. You need to be better. And that's from Bojack Horseman, season 3, episode 10, said by Todd.
It's kind of a quote, and it's one that you have to go look up the scene. But it's the episode where Homer's trying to stop Bart from being gay. But then at the end of the episode, because like they go to the steel mill and like they find out that like at the steel mill they're all gay, and It ends up, it's like, okay, if Bart is gay, that's okay. I mean, and it was a wholesome episode. And I had listened to a podcast episode about how they really wanted to do good with the episode and make it very good for the LGBTQ. And they were trying to be sensitive. And like, it's one of those wholesome episodes of The Simpsons. So I'm kind of quoting a whole episode.
I just laughed because as soon as you said The Simpsons, my brain just immediately went to one of my favorite moments in that whole show. And it's when they order the trampoline and Homer stands up and goes, "Trampoline!"
That's MRT.
I love it.
I love that one.
I have a funny one and then a more serious one. So the more serious one is from Bugs Bunny because I loved Bugs Bunny. And he said, "Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out alive."
Ooh.
Bugs Bunny got deep sometimes.
Yeah.
As he ate a carrot.
Yes. And then going to The Simpsons, there's obviously a ton, but one of my favorites, because it always made my little sister laugh when I said it, was when he says, "Make Homer go something, something, go crazy.
Don't mind if I do."
Well, yeah, he would go crazy. There's a few other Simpsons ones, but we'll go with that.
Is that the Shining reference?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
When he like loses it and like the light flashes from the like lightning and there's like writing all over the walls and yeah.
I think my favorite one is "Notice Me, Senpai."
Is that a direct quote or is that just
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. That's the first thing that came up.
It was that little eyebrow raise that when you did that.
I'm gonna go with any quote from the South Park World of Warcraft episode. I mean, technically it's a cartoon, so there you go.
Yeah.
It's good.
We can't give the sword of 1,000 truths to a noob. But how do you kill that which does not have life?
What I loved about that one was like I'd seen video game like animation on like G4, but it was the first time on a major cable network that they had a video game being used in the video. And I was like, that is so cool. Like a game I play was being used there.
One of the greatest moments in my World of Warcraft history was the night before BFA launch. We were in a small group chat in Discord on the Lagging Balls server with Taryn Gregory.
Oh!
It was the night before launch. We're up 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and he's telling these stories about, I mean, we started out just randomly going through Alliance cities and just killing everybody, and then he's telling stories, and we're all just kind of scattered. But then it ended with all of us going to Dalaran and an elephant parade, just going around the circle for literally like 2 hours, just in there talking and hanging out. And Taryn's telling these stories about like that episode of South Park and how it was pitched and how he was involved. And I was just like, this is like the fucking cinematic director telling us all this shit. And it was like,
Yeah.
It was just, that night means so much to me, and I just that was one of the greatest moments ever. So
Taryn is such a great man. Like I don't have my selfie with him because I think I was so sleep deprived when I saw my Come Before the Storm that I think I must not have actually pressed the picture. But I love talking with him. And like after the voice actor panel, I asked him, "Taryn, how did you do medicine?" And Taryn was talking about all that and just how much he loves talking about his craft. I'm like, that is so cool. And during like the beta, I like tweet him and say, "Hey, this is really cool." And I love letting them know I love what they're doing and all that. Not asking questions because no, I don't want them to spoil it. I want to be surprised.
Taryn really loves his fans.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of sharing some brews with him at an Irish pub.
I'm so jealous.
My whole thing went down, and he just told me like a life story with something that happened with him, similar to my situation.
Wow.
And how he got the job and everything. He just spent an hour with me, just talking with me, just making sure I was okay.
Can I move out to California, please?
He's a good man.
I love him so much. Okay, is it my turn to ask a question?
Yep.
Because I feel like I'm supposed to do something.
Yeah.
Is it this blue one where it's blue?
The blue one. Because I'm not in the purple.
The blue where it's blue.
I
yes.
hate you all.
Are you colorblind?
Maybe. No, I'm just gonna. I'm not.
Is that why you don't play Alliance?
Fuck you. Wait, who here plays Alliance? Fuck you. You play Horde. Did you switch to Alliance?
No, I play both.
Let's say because both of you, Frazley and Alia, both play Alliance.
I have a Horde alt.
I do too. I got a two sides every tail, and that's T.
Can you raid on Horde? Can you raid on the horse?
Technically, because Aaron, but
If someone carries me,
yeah, same. Because Austin of Hot Sauce,
I have shitty gear.
Austin of Frank's Hot Sauce Skill is why I got AOTC. So I technically got AOTC on Horde this
Fair
expansion.
enough.
So
Fair
eat
enough.
shit.
Oh. All right. Well,
No. We love you.
Oh, cut out.
Jesus.
There we go.
What did just happen? My God. Frazley just told me to go eat shit.
That was such a burn. Squadcast froze.
Oh.
Wow. Oh. All right. Well, okay. I'm physically afraid now. All right. Something you dressed up as for Halloween.
Pirate.
I dressed up as many things because I was a scare actor. Okay, so Pinocchio, a butcher, a nurse, and
Wait, hang on. Let me rephrase this just a little bit. Your favorite thing you dressed up for as Halloween.
Pinocchio.
There you go. Did you have the long nose and everything?
I did. I was a creepy Pinocchio. I had the lederhosen. There's YouTube videos of me doing my scare.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Pirate.
Yar.
I've done the, safe for work preschool pirate. I've done the showing a shit ton of cleavage pirate at a friend's birthday / Halloween party. Pirate all the way.
Were a bunch of kids there and you were just like showing all your cleavage?
No, not at the Halloween party, birthday party thing. No.
So my favorite was last year. I dressed up as Bubbles of the Powerpuff Girls, and that was my first time ever wearing a dress. And I gotta say, back then I did not realize I was non-binary, but it was one of those like, I like this. So it kind of got.
You rocked it, Fraz. You rocked it.
Oh, thank you.
My favorite was a dead mouse. I made a dead mouse head.
Nice.
So, did you have LEDs and everything?
No, I didn't have LEDs, but I worked really hard on honestly 2.5, 3 months on that head, and I fucking love it.
That's what she said.
Right.
The weirdest food combo you enjoy, and I will go first. It is scrambled eggs with peanut butter and jelly and Nutella.
In the eggs?
And the
That's
eggs,
right.
yes. You put all in the pan and kind of mix it up.
See you later.
No bad doubt.
Hey, I'm the one who ate expired ranch dressing last time you were on here.
That's right. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Can't get over the peanut butter and jelly and eggs.
Yeah, that's,
And Nutella.
look, I don't like to judge people, but I'm judging you pretty hard right now.
Ranch on pizza.
I mean, I do love to dip my fries in my Frosty, which
Ooh.
half the population doesn't think is weird and half the population thinks it's
Yeah.
weird. So I'm gonna go with that answer.
Oh, it's so good. And if you can find those waffle fries from different locations,
That'd be good.
because
That'd
it
be good.
really scoops up the Frosty. Oh.
The scoopage is important.
I'm pretty plain and boring when it comes to food, I guess. Peanut butter banana smoothies are my go-to, and that's
Ooh.
nothing better than that. But that's not weird. I mean, I can literally buy that at the
Yeah, that's a
store.
protein shake.
Yeah, it's so good.
And did you know I found out from Savvy the Nerd that you can actually get the Girl Scout cookies in shakes? Because they have the Samoas and the Thin Mints. Oh. And not all the calories of the cookies.
I'm gonna say, apparently it's a weird thing, but ranch on fucking pizza.
Oh.
We're not gonna get into that. Not tonight.
Nomad, what about you, Nomad? What's your weirdest food combo you enjoy?
Honestly, I don't know because I like a plethora of foods except ranch on anything. I just can't do it. Or pineapple on pizza, just can't do it. I would say a black bean burger and rice, like white rice.
Ooh.
I know it's just
Yeah.
But here's the
It's not that
kicker, like
weird.
with some tapatio on the rice. Add some flavor.
Is that
Is that normal? Like I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds
Actually,
good. I've never had it, but it sounds
let me
good.
think. What's something weird that I've eaten? Because I live in Southern California, where like all these hipster craft dudes like try to like make some weird, like this shit's all sort of like Rice Krispies and Captain Crunch inside of beer or something like that. I don't remember like all the half the crap that I've eaten. Oh, you know what? I've tried hot Cheetos and mac and cheese, like crumbs. I think that's pretty weird.
Ooh. That sounds good. I want some of that.
It was pretty good, but it was weird.
That would be good. Yeah.
Mm.
Your mom's out.
It's pretty dank, brother.
As he goes off camera to laugh. Wow. He just cracked himself
I was
up.
trying not to. I was trying not to.
Were you though?
No.
Can't hold himself.
No. Jinan asks, what WoW character should be in the next Mortal Kombat game? And what would their fatality be?
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Wow.
And then they would just run off the screen and kill everybody in their way. Or no, it'd be reversed. Leroy Jenkins, and then they would run off screen and then get killed as they're running away. It's a reverse fatality.
Oh shit. That's pretty creative. I like it. For me, I would think it would either be the Lich King or Sylvanas, or it could be like a DLC pack with both. Sylvanas would just shoot an arrow right through your neck and probably like raise you as a minion. And Lich King would probably shank you through the sternum, swipe up, or take your soul.
Whew. Yikes.
This is my Blizzmate, everybody.
I like horror.
I have to sleep in the same house with him.
You want to see my Jason half mask? It's super cool. You want to see it? I'll show you later.
I don't
I can
know.
show you the other mask I got. It's pretty cool. I don't have it with me.
I will say Flynn Fairwind because he's my in-game boyfriend. And his fatality would be, my husband knows it's okay. His fatality would be chucking a rum bottle at your face. And you would just die.
Did you read the new book?
Really?
I don't know
you
this.
have to ask.
Yes.
I did. It's up there on the shelf. I interviewed her. It's
I
good
didn't know
times.
that. I'm sorry. I've been away from the game
Yeah.
and I just finished it. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's okay. It's a fantastic book, and I'm okay with what happens.
That's
When you
fair.
say
I support
new
him.
book, which book are you referencing? What is that?
Shadows
Yeah.
Rising.
It's, oh my.
That's the new Warcraft book. The novel leading in yeah.
Ali has interviewed a New York Times bestselling author, so it would be Addie Fizzlebog. Addie Fizzlebog would be inside of WoW because not only, I mean, she is the cutest thing ever, but her fatality would be like in the Legion, she goes on these hunting quests with you. And at one point, she kills a mob. She's like, "Oh, did I do that?" So her fatality would be she wouldn't know her own like strength, and like she would kill you. She'd get like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that."
It's got some Harley Quinn vibes.
That's a perfect
I like
answer for you.
Oh yes.
And a little bit of Urkel.
Oh yes, which I used to think was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I was like, and until I learned that was Family Matters. So I got my '90s sitcoms all confused.
Remember when Urkel was on Full House?
Oh yes,
Vaguely.
I remember that. It was like a huge thing.
Obviously.
I remember it was like this very bad movie in 2000, but like they had the actor who played Urkel. And like the movie was set on a Hollywood soundstage. Urkel's like, "I don't want to do Urkel anymore," and it was just it was hilarious. I forget what movie it was, but it's out there.
Good story.
If you had to give up ranch dressing, pumpkin spice, or sex, which one goes?
I can answer first, and I'll give up sex. So there we go.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Like,
Well, because I'm not happy to give up sex because I'm asexual. So it's like, hey, it's okay.
it does make sense.
It completely makes sense, yeah.
Because I want the ranch and I want pumpkin spice.
I love pumpkin spice, and I love I don't want to be nasty, but I don't want to.
Oh, you don't
I
want to
like-
be nasty.
I like the coochie,
No,
you
we
know,
don't.
so I can't give that up, you know.
I am just making sure that I'm off the Skype call with my family. Okay, I am. I was on the Skype call before the show.
I mean, if you're just now checking that, Fraz, you got issues, my friend.
Yeah. After he told me to go eat shit.
Dude, you scarred Techie.
I love you, Techie. I hope you know.
Again.
Again,
I'm sorry, Techie.
I would give up pumpkin spice easily. I like me some ranch, dude.
More than pumpkin spice.
Of course, I had a pumpkin spice cold brew
Hmm.
this morning, so but I would give up
Oh, it hurts
pumpkin
my soul.
spice. It's okay.
What about you, Techie?
Do I have to answer this question?
Yes.
Yep.
You see, when I have sex, I eat ranch and pumpkin spice, and I drink pumpkin spice all at the same time. So
Well, you're gonna have to give one
I
up. then.
can't. It's the only way.
Well, you're gonna have to. There are other ways, man.
He used the
You're
ranch.
doing it wrong if
He
you don't
used
think there's
the
other
ranch
ways.
for lube. That's so
that
gross.
Then give it the pumpkin spice. It's fine.
I would give up pumpkin spice. I fucking hate pumpkin spice.
Oh my
It's
god.
so gross.
There you go.
Oh my god. My heart, my soul is hurt.
It's so gross. So gross.
It's okay. I'll take my witchy vibes elsewhere.
Well, I have to say, this has been the most do not relent, the most morally gray, the most liking balls episode of FrazlCast I've ever had. I mean, and I love you all so much.
Aw,
We love you too, Fraz.
we do love you too.
I have to say that the time always flies by when you're on a podcast, and it's sadly this reunion of the Blizzmates will have to come to a close for this time, but we want to bring you back again and maybe even go deeper with more questions or something.
Oh my.
2 fists? Foot?
Maybe if you're into that
Fuck
that
it,
sort
the
of
whole
thing.
head.
No kink shaming.
Just shove your whole head in there.
Well, I
How
mean,
can you do that?
That's so
You
gross.
don't want to know.
kind of.
And don't ask me how I know.
Well, with that, I want to thank you all for joining me on FrazlCast tonight, and I want to ask, where can we find you on the interwebs if people want to know?
I have a fans only page. I'm just kidding. I don't.
Oh, and I did find out Oblivious Live 9211 said the movie I'm talking about is Big Fat Liar. And yes, you're correct. Urkel's in Big Fat Liar.
Never seen it.
There you go.
It's so good. Don't see Big Fat Liar 2 because they say frame for frame redone. But Big Fat Liar 1, amazing. It has Frankie Muniz
That's right.
and Amanda Bynes. Whatever the
These are all reasons I don't want to see this movie.
They're all the reasons I want to see it.
Frankie Muniz is amazing. Back in the middle.
I loved
You're not
Amanda
the boss of
Bynes.
me now.
I had such a
Yeah.
childhood crush on her.
Hey, she was amazing. She really was. And Paul Giamatti kept saying that the other person. And Cap wants to know. You don't have to answer this, but is the show coming back?
We don't know.
Okay.
That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
we don't know. We want to, but there's just a lot of commitment there. There may be one-off episodes, but we'll see.
And I definitely get that. As somebody who's brought a lot of my podcast back from being weekly and all that, I totally get what you're saying. And yeah, but we've missed you, and
Yeah.
we are so glad to have you tonight.
I missed you
Me
guys so
too.
much.
And we definitely miss people who loved listening to us. It just life happened. That's all we can say about it. Life really kicked us in the ass.
A lot of life happened for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Cap didn't delete it from my pod.
Oh. Oh, that warms my heart. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did I?
So
Did I?
Nope. Look at that. It's right,
Aw.
right there. Look at your faces. Can't really see it.
I've
but
definitely
it's
referenced the podcast at family dinners. Last Hanukkah for sure.
and did you quote from the podcast of Family Dinners?
I did, actually, because they had pineapple pizza and I said I refuse to eat it. And they asked me why, and I pulled up the podcast and I said, here's why.
This
I'm
motherfucker
serious.
right here.
I am dead ass serious.
Oh man, that's so funny. I think the greatest moment that ever came of that show was the ranch on Cupcake for our birthday.
yes!
remember
that was amazing.
Plaggy?
Yeah.
Freaking Plaggy. Full commitment, just
Oh.
poured. So for those of you guys who don't know, Techie and I, we share a birthday, April 11th. And Plaggy on Twitter, he made a video for us and had a slice of cake and just poured ranch.
Nope.
It was a cupcake. No, it's technically a slice of cake, right? No? All right.
Shut up.
Fair enough. Keep going. He lit a candle and said, happy birthday to Blizzmates, and he just poured ranch all over the cupcake and just full commitment. Chew, swallow. Ugh.
Yep. It was absolutely the grossest, greatest thing I've ever seen.
It haunts my dreams.
Accurate.
Yep.
If people wanted to like DM you to maybe ask you about your food fantasies, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Slide into the DMs.
Yes.
What? Why is that funny?
I love
Well,
alliterations. Food fantasy. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Frazley's asking a genuine question.
Yeah.
You're there laughing like
Oh
assholes.
shit! Well, if anybody wants to find me, well, it's kind of hard because I had a mental breakdown and purged myself from the internet. I do have a Twitter at PerfectNomad. I'm thinking about trying to stream again. Same screen name.
Yes.
I'm thinking. Okay, fine. I'll make a
it.
commitment.
Do it.
Do it. And I'm also. I'm not embarrassed to say I make a lot of TikToks. Same username, PerfectNomad. I do. I make a lot of TikToks.
Allie's got the most credentials
She
here, so
does.
I'm going to give her plenty of time.
I think Frazley has me beat, but So you can find me on Twitter at AliandersK. You can find my show Dungeon Fables at Dungeon Fables or DungeonFables.com or wherever you get your podcasts, such as this lovely podcast. And you can also hear me bi-weekly on Live, Laugh, Lore, which is a brand new show with Jen. And you can also hear me every week on All Things Azeroth.
And Techie.
I'll be at your local Taco Bell ordering everything on the menu.
Oh.
Yes. I will be there with you.
Do.
TechieTaco on Twitter. I do have an Instagram, but I haven't posted on there in like a year and a half, so don't even, whatever. So yeah, just Twitter is basically where I am. And then I do have a Twitch, but I rarely ever stream, and if I do, it's just with my raid team, and we're just shenanigans, so.
Oh, you need shenanigans.
Yep. All right, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I recently heard this great icebreaker. I bought you 15 seconds of airtime during the Super Bowl. What are you going to tell the world?
Oh.
And with everybody in stream, there's a good chance.
I would tell people that each of you matters, that there's something about you that you bring to this world. And when you find that, that's the most beautiful thing ever.
Good answer. Nomad, Allie?
Oh, I thought that was just directed at Fraz.
No, it's a question for you guys, everybody.
50. Oh, man. I mean, with everything that's go.
Come on, this is expensive. 15 seconds.
Okay, 15 seconds. Wear your
the whole
wear your
world.
Fucking mask, people. Wear your mask. Wear your goddamn mask. Halloween is canceled because of it. Wear your mask. And also condemn white supremacy.
Yes.
Jeez, that's not hard to do, guys. Come on.
Apparently.
It's 4 letters, or no, five, maybe. Because 5 when you say I condemn white supremacy. It's
not
that
hard.
Sounds like a lot of letters. I condemn. Allie, 15 seconds.
You've survived 100% of your worst days so far.
Ooh.
You got this. When life gets you down, don't forget to look up.
Aw.
Bam.
I like that.
I don't have an answer to that question, honestly.
Lame.
It'd be like, fuck it. I would just stand there and be like, nah, fuck it.
And then jump? Like what?
Awkward wave.
No. Here's what I would honestly do. I would make up some way to be a troll to everybody and just like troll the Super Bowl. I don't know what I would do, but I would just use that opportunity to be like a big brother to a little sister. That's my just general nature.
I like what Clockwork Bells is saying in chat. And vote out Orange.
All right, can we please play Among Us?
Absolutely.
Or Last of Us?
Absolutely.
Wait, I always get a Last of Us Among Us mixed up.
Yes.
Last.
God, Last of Us 2 was so fucking good. So fucking good.
And if you want more like that, Tell Me Why is amazing.
Okay.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Activating customized Corpus A transporter.
Well, I am back at my home of Ironforge until we one day reclaim Gnomergon.
Yeah, I'm a gnome.
So I have pared back the community section, but this week has some big stuff I want to mention. So,
let's look at what has been happening in the community.
Awesome idea. Let's do that. So Icy Rain reports that Undaunted, a deaf and hard of hearing guild, has defeated N'Zoth on Mythic. I've mentioned them here before, and I love people surpassing what we think is possible with making games accessible. Awesome job, Undaunted. Overwolf has announced that they hope to have WoW and other games brought into their app by the middle of October. For those who don't know, Twitch has sold off the mod section to Overwolf. So with this, I was tipped off to a program called WoW Up that has been rising in popularity. Get it? WoW Up and rising? I don't know if I have any more puns that I can add on to this. Well, I have transitioned my add-ons to this program, and it was actually pretty simple. I'm now set up and it's all ready to go. There are other programs like Cursebreaker and such, but I think I prefer this one. It's lightweight, it has support for Takui, GitHub, and Curse add-ons. I've already uninstalled the Twitch app. There is an Amazon Games app to play the free games you get each month with Amazon Prime Gaming. That was not an ad, but if you have Prime Gaming, I will get back to that later on in this program. But check out the Wowhead article I linked in the show notes to get set up. The Running of the Gnomes returns again, supporting the Cleveland Clinic's toy vaccine. There are 2 runs, one on retail on Saturday, October 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Scarlet Crusade US realm. And there is a classic one that will be on Friday, October 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Bloods of Buccaneers US. Information on how to join these, how to donate, and more is available in the show notes. I'll be streaming the retail version. And finally, my friend Marty has a new podcast called Wow, It's Marty. Marty knows his shit and is a fun person to listen to discussing WoW. He was one of the founders of the Blue Recluse podcast, and I'm glad to hear that he is back. There is so much more in this community, and I apologize I had to pare it down, but I will bring it back for things that grab my attention. Just don't ever think that this is all that there is in the community, as there is so much more.
This has been another awesome episode of FrazlCast. Take it away, Frazzle Pants.
Thank you, Scruffy. A shout out to Kara, who linked to the hamster dance song after we mentioned it on episode 177. What a great song to listen to. Anytime, everywhere. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Shout out to Rico, Cinnabum, and Maydrose, who recommended this podcast on International Podcasting Day. It's an honor to be a podcast that you recommend. Warcraft Radio has launched an amazing new directory recently, and don't let the name Warcraft Radio confuse you. Ro, Atlas, and the team have worked their asses off to bring you a podcast directory for all Blizzard games. You can narrow it down to the game you want to listen to, if it's explicit or not, and this podcast is explicit, and tags like humor, lore, and story, economy, and all other various types of tags. Definitely check out this directory, as it's amazing. Reason why I mentioned it here versus in the From the Community section is you can leave reviews for podcasts in the directory, and we already have 5 reviews. Leo Wild said Frazley the Awesome Gnome is the hardest working gnome in podcasting. Of their many, many projects, any of which I'd recommend, I say this is the flagship. Frazley is always friendly, sincere, and inspiring. And while there's plenty of WoW-related talk, of course, the insightful interviews cover a variety of subjects. If you want your day to be a little bit more awesome, you can't go wrong with FrazlCast. Rakora said, where to start with FrazlCast? Other than the host, Frazley is an absolute ball of positive energy. They have this knack of making everybody feel welcome on their show, on Twitter, and Discord, and the community as a whole. I don't honestly believe anyone could have a negative interaction with Frazley. This comes across loud and clear in their show, which is sometimes a roundtable, sometimes more of an interview, but always a great time. I'd echo another reviewer who said that if you're not listening to FrazlCast as part of your rotation, you're doing yourself a disservice. Shout out to Zandara, who said Frazley does so much to promote great things in the Warcraft and wider gaming community. They're a joy to listen to, and hearing them grow since episode 1 has been a privilege. Listen to this show if you want a mood-boosting pick-me-up. Cap says, fun listen for a gnome. Frazley is one of the most engaging podcasters in the game. Their unique conversational style and endless puns will keep guests and listeners on their toes and smiling. However, when they break into song, you might want to have some earplugs ready. What do you mean? Take on me, take me on. Oh, Twitch sings, I'm gonna miss you. Tosh says, podcast checklist. Unbridled enthusiasm, check. Knowledge and passion, check. Inclusivity and community, check. Hilarious segues, check. Puns, double check. Okay, looks like this one passes. Frazley is truly one of a kind, an amazing example of positivity. They bring that voice and spirit to every episode with entertaining guests and features. If this isn't a part of your regular rotation, you are cheating yourself. Thank you to everybody for these amazing reviews and these shoutouts. It really means a lot, especially as I'm editing the show and working on this show. It is a huge pick-me-up. I've been migrating the FrazlCast feed to a new podcast host, Transistor. Hopefully it has been working and you are listening to this episode without interruption. I did, however, break a few things, like Google Podcasts, Amazon Music both broke and weren't showing the latest episode. I also found out, and I don't know how long this wasn't working, but when you went directly to gnomepodcast.com, it wasn't working. It was sending you to an error page. All of this has been fixed. Gnome Tech. It has a habit of breaking. And I've been changing up my branding, so you may have seen that change from the amazing Frazley avatar by Boz to a new avatar made by my dear friend Sirius. I've also been rebranding Frazley to be more in line with the appearance that I have been embracing since coming out as non-binary. The FrazlCast logo has been changed yet again, and I have changed the focus of the image to be the Gnome Train, as it's not about me on this show, but it's the guests and you, the listeners that climb aboard the Gnome Train. And thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you to Cap, Dafayed, and Scissorlord. And over on Twitch, I've been working on some cool new stuff. You may soon notice some new emotes. I'm going to be changing the look of the masculine-looking gnome of Frazley to look more like my new avatar in the coming weeks. I also added some new channel point rewards. One of my favorites is the new text-to-speech for 1,500 Frazzle Dazzles. Thank you to Austin for the gifted sub. And thank you to my Twitch subs out there. Thank you to Amanda of Geek Hearing, Austin of Frank's Hot Sauce Guild, Burkhart, Cap, Crunk, Cuffy of Charactercraft, Demi of Third Faction Show, Dennis, Epic and Sandy of Frozen Nerds, Granddad of WoW, Haley, Harlow, Jared of Merely a Step Back and Walking and Talking, Generic Live, Jess, Jetta, Jendon, Carenza, Kiki Material Girl, Lil Weird, Lucas Grandma, Lucas of Cardiac Valley, Marty of Tuners Maybe More, and wow, it's Marty, Michael of Tuners Maybe More, and All Hollow Screen, Monica V. Caring, Handa Gosa, Rig of Charactercraft, Sash of Translucidity, Scissor Lord, Spaz Wesson, Helen Royd, Turwinkle, Uncle Will 6, Veteran Forces Gaming, Zortz the Goblin, and Zolzilla of Bronze List. And thank you to Allie, Bells, Veteran Forces Gaming, Zach, and Zolzilla for the bits. And thank you to Dennis and Monica for the tips. If you want to support the show financially, please go to support.gnomepodcast.com. And if you have Prime Gaming through Amazon Prime, you can use your free subscription on my channel and get access to ad-free viewing and awesome emotes. All of your support goes to helping support this labor of love. Thank you so much. Well, I'm Frazley. You can find the show at gnomepodcast.com. There you can catch past episodes and find out many other places where you can subscribe to this show to get the Gnome Train coming to you every single time. Well, until next time, be awesome.
FrazlCast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. Views expressed by the hosts and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard Games, and they are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended. This show is for the community, and it contains contributions from the community. The Gnome Train intro is by Allie of Dungeon Fables and All Things Azeroth. The opening music is by Brandon T. Blaylock. The Gnome Roar is by Jen of Morally Grey Podcast. And the Frazzle Pants bumper at the end is by the Scruffy Druid of Loot Optional and Viral Voice Arts.
This show is brought to you by Dragon Powered Studio. Find more at dragonpoweredstudio.com.
It's been fun. Farewell!